What's going on, folks? Ted from Nerd Immersion here, and we are going to talk about rogues now in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. First up is the Phantom Rogue. This was originally called the Revived Rogue, which was then revised in the subclasses Revisited Unearthed Arcana, and then the Phantom Rogue is the name that made it through into the final publishing. Couple things up front. One, if you were all the winners for the 50K giveaway and the Curse of Strahd, Nerd Immersion Curse of Strahd edition have been contacted. So check your emails. Look for an email from nerdimmersion@gmail.com. Also check your spam folders. If I don't get an answer by Wednesday night at 11:59 p.m., I will be drawing new winners for any of those that I did not hear from. And speaking of giveaways, I have a Tasha's Cauldron of Everything giveaway going on right now. There's a link in the description for that as well. So, if you like that and like these kinds of things, maybe consider subscribing to the YouTube channel as well. All right, let's go through. So we've got Unearthed Arcana on the right, Tasha's Cauldron on the left. First feature was called Whispers of the Dead, and it was whenever you finish a short or long rest, you gain a tool or skill proficiency of your choice as a ghostly presence shares its knowledge with you. We can kind of see that happening right here in this art. It lasts until you use this feature again. Short or long rest, yep. Skill or tool proficiency that you lack. It says you gain of your choice. Here it specifically states that you lack. And then it works. You lose this proficiency when you use this feature. Yeah, so that's the same. Then your kind of whole main ability here is called Wails of the Grave. As you nudge people closer to the grave, you can do cool things. Immediately after you deal your sneak attack damage to a creature on your turn, you can target a second creature within 30 feet of that first creature. So 30 feet of the first creature, if you're shooting at range, as long as they're within 30 feet, it will work. Roll half the number of sneak attack dice for your level, one of the rare instances where we actually round up. And the second creature takes psychic damage equal to the roll's total as Wails of the Dead sound around them for a moment. Proficiency bonus times per long rest. I think that's probably going to be mostly the same. Immediately after you do your sneak attack damage to a creature on your turn, target a second creature within 30 feet. Roll half the number of sneak attack dice, round up. The second creature, was it necrotic? It was psychic damage originally. It got changed to necrotic damage. And it's still proficiency bonus times per long rest. So one cool thing to consider no matter what is it is not a reaction to do this. It is just after you deal sneak attack damage. It says on your turn, right? So that means you can't get it on a turn where you get sneak attack damage on somebody else's turn through like an opportunity attack. So only on your turn, but it's a freebie thing that happens as long as you want it to, right? Because it's proficiency bonus times. But I use my action to attack, then I can just activate this feature. I still have access to my reaction, my movement, my bonus action, nothing there. The change to necrotic, I guess, might slightly be a nerf, but not as many things are resistant and immune to necrotic as you would think. But I do believe psychic damage is a little harder to resist. All right, and then we have Tokens of the Departed at 9th level. Originally, it is whenever you're able to snatch a token from someone who's dying. As a reaction, when a creature you can see dies within 30 feet of you, you open your free hand and a tiny trinket appears, which is called a soul trinket. It says the DM chooses the form, or you can roll in the trinket table. I don't think that's super necessary, but while the trinket is on your person, you have advantage on death saving throws and constitution saving throws. And you can have a maximum number of soul trinkets equal to your proficiency bonus, and you can't create one while you're at your maximum. As an action, you can destroy a soul trinket, and when you do so, you can ask the spirit associated with the trinket one question. It appears to you and answers in a language it knew in life. It's under no obligation to be truthful, and it answers as concisely as possible, eager to be free. So the difference there is it's sort of like a mini Speak with Dead almost, but it's after you use it. Also, interestingly enough, this means eventually rogues will get proficiency with wisdom saving throws, and this also gives you proficiency with constitution saving throws. So you could, in theory, have dexterity, constitution, and wisdom proficiency by using that ability, which is pretty cool. Those are the three big saving throws to have, and I think you also get intelligence as a rogue. Let's see where we landed. Okay, as a reaction, when a creature dies within 30 feet of you, You can open your hand. It appears it's a trinket. You can have a maximum equal to your proficiency bonus. All right, and here's how what it does. While it's on your person, advantage on death saving throws and constitution saving throws. Oh, I thought I somehow misinterpreted that as proficiency in constitution saving throws. That was totally my bad. It's just you have advantage on those saving throws, which almost works out in that respect. So again, advantage on death saving throws and con saves. This is new here, though. When you deal sneak attack damage on your turn, you can destroy one of your soul trinkets that's on your person and immediately use Wails of the Grave without expending a use of that feature, right? We know Wails of the Grave is proficiency bonus times per long rest. If we have a soul trinket, we can destroy it to use it immediately, which is great. That just extends our use of it. And Wails of the Grave is sort of our whole cool thing we can do. This gives us more access to it. Also, Wails of the Grave, a great way to kill someone and add extra damage, therefore possibly triggering tokens of the departed in the first place, giving you more soul trinkets. And then lastly, our sort of speak with dead thing is an action. You can destroy it. When you do so, you can ask them a question. It appears to you, answers in a language. It's under no obligation to be truthful, and so on. We have Ghost Walk at level 13. Originally, as a bonus action, you assume a spectral form. You have a fly speed of 10 feet, can hover. Attack rolls have disadvantage against you. You can move through creatures and objects as if they were difficult terrain, but take a d10 force damage if you end inside an object or a creature. You can stay in this form for 10 minutes or until you end it as a bonus action. To use this feature again, you must finish a long rest or destroy one of your soul trinkets as part of the bonus action you use to activate it. All right, it is, I think, pretty much the same. A bonus action, 10-foot fly speed. Attack rolls have disadvantage. Yep, still take the d10 if you're inside something, and you stay in this form for 10 minutes or until you end it. Yeah, excuse me, finish a long rest or destroy a soul trinket. This once again goes into my new concept or things I've been talking about in this book that I like, where you can use this feature. You can use this feature once per long rest unless you expend a resource. We've seen this with expending psionic dice. We've seen this with expending spell slots. I really like this concept. I wish we saw more of this, where it's like it's once a long rest, but if you expend X, you could do this. That would also be a thing you could probably have done with Channel Divinity, right? You can use this feature once per long rest unless you expend a use of Channel Divinity. But yeah, I really like that. So we have these soul trinkets. It's a reaction to get them, but it's when a creature dies. And it doesn't necessarily mean you have to kill them. It's just when they die within 30 feet of you. This also leaves the, again, ever-present concept of, again, like the jar of ants, or you could kill a bunch of simple minor creatures like birds, again, ants or flies, mosquitoes, small things. A creature dies within 30 feet of you, you can open your hand and bamf up to your maximum number of soul trinkets and have those whenever you need them to either activate these abilities or to reactivate Ghost Walk. And lastly, we have Death Knell originally here in the Unearthed Arcana was, when you use your Wails of the Grave, you can now deal the psychic damage to both the first and second creature. So remember, that would be your sneak attack damage, and then immediately roll half of your sneak attack damage again, apply it to the second creature, and now also apply it to the first creature. That has been changed to Death's Friend, and it has, when you use Wails of the Grave, you can deal the necrotic damage to both the first and second creature, so that's the same. However, they added an additional little bit here. At the end of a long rest, a soul trinket appears in your hand if you don't have any soul trinkets, as the spirits of the dead are drawn to you. So we just get a freebie soul trinket every time we finish a long rest, and we still get the cool ability. This is definitely a contender for me for Rogue. My personal favorite Rogue as it stands so far has always been the Scout Rogue. I've made that pretty clear because I always like the kind of, it's very rangery, and I love Rangers, just not in 5th edition. So I want to play a Rogue because I just wanted to play a Scout Rogue, but I wanted to do that in an ongoing campaign where I could really make use of the exploration abilities. But if I'm going to have to play if I ever get a chance to play a Rogue and it's in a short-term campaign with not super long running, I think Phantom Rogue is the winner for me, just because that's so cool. I like the concept. You could really build some fun stuff in with the death mechanic, and whether you want to be like an edgelord or a goth kid or just, something completely different from that, that could work. but I also, this, like, the damage output is nutty. I haven't tried this in game, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments if you've had a chance to play test this or even play it now that it's been out for a week. Where did you land on that? How is the damage? It feels like it can do a lot of damage, especially at higher levels. It feels like you could do a bunch, but I'm curious what your thoughts are. Stay tuned for next time when we dive into the other psionic class that we have that, again, has the revised psionic dice, and that is the Soul Knife Rogue. I'll see you all next time.